I've been getting a lot of feedback, or let's call them comments or questions, on my Dr. Katz videos, asking me what it was like to be the voice of Julie the Bartender. And so I thought I would try to answer some of those questions for you today. I think that audiences liked Julie the Bartender because she was this kind of relatable character who had this very intense connection with Dr. Katz and with Stanley too, but really they had this real thing, this relationship with each other. A lot of I'm going to call it the energy of that was very contained. It stayed within the bar for the most part. I mean, there was the scene in Bully where Dr. Katz goes and plays in a bar, plays a guitar in a bar, and where Stanley and Julie are in the audience. So they're not in the bar right now. They're in a different bar, a club. And they're there to kind of support Dr. Katz. So for the most part, most of their interactions happen in the bar, which by its very nature means that not a lot of really intensely intimate personal things were going to happen. And we did that by design because we thought it was more fun to create the tension and to maintain it. And we did, I think. I think we did a good job of that. And I think that kind of, that emotional connection kind of resonated. Again, we didn't think of ourselves as portraying cartoon characters. We really thought of ourselves as playing human characters that had real relationships. And I don't think any of us ever were trying to be anything other than human. Julie was never the funny one, or at least not on purpose. She was more the kind of the therapist, if anything, certainly for Dr. Katz, and trying to offer him, sound advice. She was always trying to be I would say kind of thoughtful one, the sane one in all the crazy stuff. But occasionally Julie would be funny, but often she was funny inadvertently. She was funny because she would have some kind of Freudian slip. I think that the character of Julie created a kind of a nice balance to the show. In the beginning, I think you've heard me say that we recorded a good deal of the episodes in a converted kitchen pantry. We lined it with egg cartons. It looked like egg cartons, it really was. It was like foamy cartony stuff. And, when we would do the bar scenes, I don't know if you have a pantry. Most pantries they're like a closet. This was a closet, and we would do the bar scenes in there. So we would be quite close to each other. So Jonathan and Willabo and myself, we would all just be in the closet, pantry, recording the bar scenes. The confinements of that space, I think, also gave the show and those scenes kind of an intensity or energy that, I think we continued to try to maintain. Once they let us out of the pantry and we had a proper recording area to record in, it did change it. And frankly, I kind of missed those days in the pantry. I think if I had to say, my favorite period of recording was when we were in the pantry and when we really just literally could not move because we were so packed in. But it was intimate. And that's where I'm going with this. It created an intimacy that I think really came through in those scenes. Yeah, I would say the only other thing probably that I should mention about playing Julie, the bartender, is certainly Julie is a kind of an aspect of my own persona. She really, I think in many ways, I could have just been mostly playing myself in a lot of those scenes, but I certainly have training as an actress. The only other thing that I would say about the experience of playing Julie is, the character of Julie, as realized by the animators, certainly doesn't really look like me. I think there was much about Julie's personality that is really quite like my own. And so, the improvisation actually allowed me to express a lot of that, kind of my own persona in all of this, or the persona that I wanted for Julie, aspects of my own personality. Well, I mean, I don't think there's that much more to say about what it was like playing Julie, but I hope I answered the question for those of you who've been asking me. Listen, I mean, I am happy to continue answering questions for you or kind of filling in the blanks, if we want to call it that. So if you have more thoughts, questions, please post them below. Happy to try to address those. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.